It's time for the BSing with the Guys live podcast.
Welcome to the live show. If you are catching us after the fact, stay with us. We're going to dive into GorillaGate as President Trump is catching hell for a video on his account showing the Obamas in what some are calling a very racist way. We'll find out if, that's done on purpose or accident. We'll also get into some of the interesting theories that I've been hearing on why Jeffrey Epstein may be in some way or another tied to Bitcoin. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are kind of like, eh. But anyway, we'll break all those down. We're also going to unpack some crazy headlines that we've come across and, all that and wherever the chat leads us. So let's get into it. I want to start with GorillaGate. I know y'all have had to have seen it by now. I mean, a little bit. Is there any excuse for this that you can give Uncle Trump or what?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious, dude. Get over it, dude. Yeah, get over it.
What up, Johnny? I guess that's the simple way. Yeah, just get over it. What's up, Johnny? Yeah, he's catching a lot of hell. I mean, some people are like, what the fuck? Like, what are you thinking? Like, sharing something like that. Like, what in the hell? And
Dementia's
I get it.
Setting in, dude. Dementia's setting in, dude. It's gotta be.
I don't even know how you defend that. I mean, they're saying it was an accident because it was a screen recorded, the video, and they said it accidentally auto-scrolled to this. But you mean the person, whether it be Trump or the person posting on his account, doesn't watch the entire video you just screen recorded before you post it on somebody who runs the free worlds?
Well, I wonder if it was like he just took a screen recorded video, like he didn't screen record it or the staffer didn't screen record it, but they took a video that was already on the internet and just reposted it on his account, and that video was screen recorded. You know what I mean?
But still, you wouldn't check the entire length of the video?
Because well, maybe not, since he's going off on the election fraud shit, and he's just kind of posting everything that's coming out about it right now,
Right. Yeah, because another thing the problem that it did, let me share this one here. Let me see. Let me pull up this video and kind of show you what people are really complaining about. Where's it at here? Let me take that down. I'm going to pull it up.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see. Let me share it here for you. This is what people's argument is against it, being an accident here.
Chip manufactured in Taiwan.
So,
was discovered embedded
we're not going to watch the whole fucking thing.
The voting machine tapes.
But at the end, you can see it scroll up, but then it goes back to the original video. So that's what people are saying, that it had to be put in there purposely. Like somebody inserted that in there. Don't know if that, makes the argument any better or worse, but, yeah, as far as you're posting shit on the president's account, I don't know how you excuse that. And then it just happened to be the Obamas were the monkeys in this, or the gorillas, whatever the hell they were. But
I think Joe Biden was a monkey too, eating a banana.
He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. But it's just, because the whole video, that came from like a Lion King themed video where Trump was the king of the jungle or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking, okay, well, whoever made that video, like you didn't realize you were putting the black people in it on the fucking, come on, man. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like it's just gonna, any reason to riot over and shit. But it's hard to say
that you're on, dude. Depends on what side you're on.
I wonder if it's like just saved videos, like how you have your saves in X, and like, whoever was screen recording saved the Obama video because it was funny or whatever, and when they scrolled down on the saved fucking Taiwan super chip election fraud video, it was right under. I don't know,
but
it was fun.
You still have to think that you still have to post that on that account, right?
Yep.
You can screen record it all day long, but it doesn't just automatically go on your account. So you didn't think to trim off the end of that video? Like, you saying they didn't catch it when they were doing it or something?
I'm saying it's possible.
Dude, anything's
Yeah, I
possible.
guess.
If they really didn't catch it, like if they screen recorded it themselves, then I mean, obviously they knew it was in the screen recording. You know what I mean? But if it
Right.
was a video taken from somewhere else, that
but
was
the person running the account still had to post it. Like, so
well,
you don't.
but maybe they didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe not.
Oh, well, then that's just dumb. I mean, when you're posting on the
Right.
president's account, I wouldn't post a fucking thing without watching the entirety of it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. But
I mean, this is the president we're talking about. You know, it's different than it just be some celebrity that's got some 18-year-old pushing shit on their account for him and like, oh shit, I fucked up. I mean, I don't know, because I see what you're saying. It could have been screen recorded and somebody didn't pay attention. But is that I mean, is that just I guess a good enough excuse? I mean, some people are saying, look. It's the president's account. Everything should be proof watched. There's no reason for it. They need to apologize immediately. And I don't think they apologized, but they did pull the video down.
yeah, I think Trump said he wasn't apologizing.
No, I mean, well, that's the last thing you're going to
fuck
get
up.
out of Trump. Yeah, that's the last thing you're going to get.
Fuck off.
Hey, Trump's never apologizing about anything. But the vet for democracy here is saying Trump posted himself, and he may have. I know we've all seen that video where Trump, sits next to that staffer of his and has her post things. I don't think Trump touches anything himself because he's just got everybody doing shit for him. But I know from watching that video, he was overseeing everything that was going on in social media. So now to come out and say, oh, that was a staffer, it was a mistake, Trump didn't know anything about it. I'm like, I don't. And it's hard to believe that he would post something like that purposely. I mean, so I don't know. It could have been an oversight by his, the people that post on his thing. But man, it's crazy.
We got to impeach him, dude. It's over with.
Yeah,
it's terrible timing right at the start of Black History Month.
It's terrible.
See that? Look, that's another thing. Is that just coincidence, or do you think that's a major troll by Trump? Trying to be funny. It sure don't help the argument of him when he tries to say he's, that there's no racist bone in his body. And then on Black History Month, he's posting shit with the Obamas and fucking gorilla or monkey, fucking suits or whatever the hell was going on. I don't know. It's crazy. Tom, you don't have to give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck, but we get on this show to talk about news that happened recently.
He said, are people still talking about this like it didn't happen today?
Well, right. And the show just started 5 minutes ago. So, yeah, I mean, we're talking about it. I mean, nobody has to give a fuck, but it was news. So we didn't get on here to just have a circle jerk. So we were gonna bring up some news topics. So excuse us. But anyway, I'm I find it hard to believe but I find it hard to believe both ways that somebody would know that was in there and leave it. But I also find it hard to believe that you don't watch a full video in entirety before you post it. I do it. I post shit all the time. And I know what the fuck I'm posting.
And it's just
I always
exactly.
Yeah, I always trim the video down to where I need it. Now, if you hire me to do that for Trump, you can best believe I'm fucking trimming and cutting and making sure everything's perfect, So it's weird. It makes it hard to believe either way. I don't know. It's odd.
I could see myself doing it if it was something I was truly uninterested in completely. I just really did not care about the topic, but that's kind of what was going on, and I had to post videos about this. I'd be like, that fits the script. Share it.
Yeah.
Just let it roll.
Not on my own, but like on Trump's,
Yeah. Well, of course, the left wasn't happy, but
no,
whatever. I mean, it's the same people that are like
ever happy, dude.
Well, no, and it's the same people that think it's okay if a bunch of ICE agents started losing their lives, and at the hands of protesters. Right. Now all of a sudden, this has got them, clutching their pearls. But anyway, I thought it was an odd choice to keep at the end of a video, and I could see why some people were like, whoa, like what the fuck? But is it the end of the world? No. Does it do Trump any justice? Probably not. But look, you're going to love him or you're going to hate him either way. This video ain't changing your mind. So,
no.
It wouldn't have mattered, But anyway, goofy ass shit, man. It would take Donald fucking Trump to do some shit like that. But anyway. What else is going on, man? The I guess one of the craziest things I'm coming across, Brad, you had actually brought it up to me that people started tying old Epstein's name into the Bitcoin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, well, let me look into that because a lot of this conspiracy theories I just kind of blow off as just, people just talking and making shit up for no reason at all. And that may be what this is. But when you start looking into it, it's like, okay, it's got a couple things in it that make you say, and kind of wonder. It makes it interesting. Not saying I'm all in yet, but it got some interesting theories going on. So we'll get into a little bit of that before we get into the major theories. I mean, do you have your own, before I start listing them off here?
Dude, it's like we talk off air and it's like, God, this Epstein bullshit has been so just convoluted and it's so watered down. And I look at stuff and it's like, I'm at the point now where I'm looking at it, it's like, God, is this really real? But is the coincidence there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the drop in it and you look at going years back with what people are saying, that if you knew who was behind Bitcoin, what was his name? Pito. I think his name was, I forget his first name. But anyway, if you look at stuff like that, it's like, interesting, dude. Was he really the founder of Bitcoin and, paid $850,000 to MIT for back in, was it 12 or 14 for a coin to start something like this?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, the whole suspicion with the Epstein, I think it's just going to be, dude, I really believe it's going to be like another Kennedy conspiracy, dude. What happened, and if you get that deep into it, it's like, do I think he's alive? Absolutely. I don't think he's dead. I'm just going to put it out.
Well, no, and that's, dead, I mean, you're right to believe it. I don't really have a belief either way. I mean, I don't, you never know what to expect when this government's involved in anything, but the first theory is that Epstein himself is this Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever the guy's name was, that supposedly found, Bitcoin. Now, the theory claims that Epstein was either him or part of a small group that invented Bitcoin, using it as a tool for untraceable wealth in his legal troubles. Now, why it could be possible, because emails from 2011 show Epstein claiming he spoke to some of the founders of Bitcoin who are very excited and about a project using the plural founders, which aligns with ongoing debates that this Satoshi or whatever was not a person but a team of people, because he was using it, like I said, in a plural way, like he knew something. Now, his background in finance and tech network and interest in privacy tech could fit Satoshi's profile of a savvy person when it comes to this crypto stuff. Plus they got that Satoshi's untouched $1 million in Bitcoin wallet that mirrors how Epstein hid assets, and the timing overlaps with his post-conviction life. So that's one everybody was kind of going with, is that it was actually him, and that's why, just because of some of the stuff he said through the emails. Don't know. I don't know if you can make any, put any kind of weight behind that, but it's one of the theories. Second one I was reading about was that the Bitcoin hijacking theory. Now, here they're saying Epstein didn't create Bitcoin, but hijacked it. It's direction post 2015 by funding developers to shift it from everyday peer-to-peer cash to digital gold, so to say, for elite storage that's limiting scalability and embedding control. Now, while they're saying that could be possible because the DOJ files reveal Epstein donated $850,000 to MIT's Media Lab, with $525,000 of that going to digital currency initiative, which swooped in to fund Bitcoin core developers during the Bitcoin Foundation's 2015 collapse. So this coincides with the block size wars, where small block advocates won, potentially, stifling mass adoption. So emails show him steering discussions, and theorists argue this was deliberate to keep Bitcoin traceable for governments while elites profited fitting his history of influence in powerful circles. So they're tying all that together. I know that's a lot of fucking, a lot of techie, nerdy mumbo jumbo, but
Yes.
that was another one that he actually kind of took it over because they're getting a lot of this from these emails that they've uncovered. So, I mean, it's got to be something there. If they're finding all this shit in these emails, like why so much Bitcoin talk and all from this guy, when it comes to what's going on behind the scenes and everything. It's crazy. And like I said, I know you don't even think he's gone. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a crazy one, and that's just one. That's 1, 2. Let's see. They probably got 3, 4, 5, 6 freaking theories that I read. The other one was the intelligence agency origins with Epstein, which Bitcoin was allegedly a U.S. Mossad or KGB project from the start, with Epstein acting as a connector to fund and deploy it for money laundering, surveillance, and dollar disruption. That might have been one you brought up the other day. You were talking to me about just, being a way for somebody like powerful people to launder money.
Why not?
Yeah, right. And they're saying that it could be possible because Epstein's he's documented ties to intelligence figures via his island and associates and emails that were pitching Bitcoin for a Caribbean digital currency project suggest he was a middleman. So there again, that was in some emails he was talking about. But it's like all these.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say all these can't be real though, but somehow all of these emails tie him into each one of these theories.
No, exactly.
So,
and that's what I think I was going to hit on. Do I think he started all by himself and he's the mastermind behind it? No. There's tech guys and there's MIT and there's this one and there's that one. A lot of money behind it, but I mean that's a great analogy when you sit back and it's like, that was supposed to be the digital gold. It was Bitcoin. That was supposed to be the next gold coin to back up digital. And as we talked about off air with fiat currencies and all that, I don't have that feeling anymore about it. I mean, we all were wooed by Bitcoin at $150,000, and I don't see it, man. I just don't see that anymore going on. But when you look at it, was he the one behind it? So it was a money laundering scheme. It'd be interesting to see, man. It really would.
Well, another big one is just that, using crypto as a tool for, illicit activities for the elite, an example, his little pedophile ring funding. This dark theory kind of, I don't know, it puts Epstein, had helped create or fund Bitcoin to enable anonymous transactions for trafficking or, blackmail and shit like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I'm not saying it's true, but if everything that they say was going on that island was going on, what better way to fund that shit than some, this crypto stuff that's supposed to be, just secure, untraceable, whatever they claim this shit is.
Decentralized, I mean,
dude, all of that.
And you think about even deeper than that. I mean, dude, like cartels and people that are shifting drugs or guns or, like you said, human trafficking. God damn, I mean, how easy it, instead of shifting cash, I tell you what, I'm gonna send you 1,000 coins, dude, of Bitcoin that's worth this much money, for this project, whatever we're doing. And it's deep, dude. It's like real deep. And
they were showing
if government
they had
hasn't
files
regulated, because of this kind of stuff.
Well, they had files that showed, tying it into this this elite kind of illicit activities payments. They had files that showed $3 million invested in Coinbase in 2014, 500,000 in Blockstream, plus there was meetings with the Tether co-founder, Brock Pierce, at his mansion. So, I mean, he was meeting up with all of these people, investing all kind of money in these, these crypto accounts. And look, it could have just been to make more money. I don't know. But it also could have been a way to make payments for things that you can't exactly use your fucking bank account for. So who knows?
I mean,
man.
look, you've opened up you've opened up an umbrella there, man, that I didn't really think about. But you think about it when you're trying to do illicit things. My God, what better way than what's out there today, the cryptos. I mean, wow, that's a good point you bring, Shane. Absolutely.
Well, and they had I ain't bringing them. This is shit I see people talking about. I don't even know what to think about all this. I was just kind of digging into what people were saying, because it wasn't just one theory. Like I said, it was people that were having multiple ones, and it's all based on what they consider proof in these emails that were, put out not too long ago. And they had another one. It was just the Israel or government control via Epstein and Blockstream. So Epstein, with alleged Israel ties, helped hijack Bitcoin through investments in Blockstream and Tether, giving governments indirect influence over price and code. They're saying why it's possible. Fact checks note minor Epstein donations to MIT, DCI, which paid 60% of Bitcoin developers' salaries in 2015. So, I mean, that's over half of their salaries were paid by Epstein donations. I mean, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't answer that, but like, why?
No.
It's all. That's why it throws up these kind of weird flags, and people think it's all crazy. But I mean, if you start looking, and they're actually pulling proof of emails and where funds were going and who was getting paid, then I guess the theories kind of, you start wondering, understanding why people start coming up with these crazy theories. Some of them may not be that crazy. So I don't know, man. Market manipulation and fake death tie-in. That's where you were at in the beginning. Like I said, you don't think he's gone anyway. Well, Epstein faked his 2019 death, tanked Bitcoin's price via insider moves, and handed Satoshi's wallet to the U.S. government for the largest Bitcoin reserve in exchange for freedom. That's the funnest one.
Wow.
That's the funnest one, because that goes into the is he really dead territory, But
I just don't see it, dude.
Well, they're saying why it could be possible. They have, recent market dips. I mean, you see what's going on right now. They coincide with file releases, and there's a lot of posts going on X that speculate his founders' knowledge allowed price influence. So, I mean, it is dipped, but everything dipped. The whole stock market dipped, which, I mean, I don't think Bitcoin controls that. I'm not an expert on the stock market, but like I said, that's the wildest one, because of course that falls into the Tupac and Michael Jackson and Elvis territory, where now people think he ran off and escaped somehow and bought his way out. Is it possible? I guess anything is possible with the federal government.
Absolutely, man. We can go back to World War II, man, with a lot of these Nazi generals and, lieutenants and all that have been found, 40 years after the war, and they're old, and they're living their life in Argentina, and, and supposedly they were captured. And dude, I mean, like I've always said, man, only the people that win write the history books, so. It's interesting, man, where all of that can go,
Well, and before we got on, you and Justin were talking, and I know he had said something about investing in Bitcoin while it was down, and you were saying you wouldn't touch it. Is it because of this stuff, or you just mean, what was your point? Because I told you to kind of stop talking about it until we got on air, but.
Yeah, exactly. No, look, Bitcoin, I don't have anything in it, very little. I can't say I've always thought of it as a meme coin, but I've always wondered why the appreciation of it and why it was so valuable for just being a coin, but and what purpose did it serve? I've looked at that, and even as low as it is, I still wouldn't invest in it. I don't think it's a good deal. I think I think it's old. I think it's antiquated. I think what's coming, if it's going to be stuff on a digital market, there's probably better out there that's going to replace that, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So, but now, I mean, look, man, you made a lot of good points, man. I've taken a couple of notes here, that it makes me want to dig. And it's like, God, is it just a setup, or is it was a money laundering coin? I don't know. That's just the kind of things but I find it hard why it's dipped in the last, God damn year. I mean, 47%, 8 months, a year, it's dumped 40. There's something behind it,
I seen somebody else, I forget who it was, but I was scrolling X, and someone posted that no matter who they ask and how many times they ask it, no one can explain to them why Bitcoin is going to be worth anything at all in the future. Like, there's no real explanation on what is going to make it valuable besides like people just think it is. But I mean, unless major corporations and which a lot of people are accepting it. So I guess it is a form of currency.
Yeah, because I mean, like, what makes diamonds valuable?
Sure. Or the dollar.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a fucking rock.
A good campaign by fucking a jeweler years ago made everybody think you had to get a diamond for a wedding.
Exactly. So it's just because we think that they're valuable, you know. So with anything that we purchase, it's not necessities. It's valuable because we say it is.
Sure.
Exactly.
Well, no doubt, but
Just like
I
the
don't know
dollar.
what their point was, unless they meant like there's no clear sign that it's going to be accepted as a currency everywhere like the American dollar is, you know, for everything. And I don't know if that's the point he was getting at, but he was just looking for somebody to explain to him why they think this shit's going to be so valuable and are going to stay that way. And I don't really know, besides, like you said, Justin, because we say it is.
Yeah, I think the American people as a whole, you know, when you get into the everyday retail side of things, God, we can be so manipulated so easy because of trends, or if this one's rising, let me get in. I sit back. I was telling a buddy of mine through text. I said, dude, how many bag holders are probably in Bitcoin right now that when it hit 80, 90, 100 grand, they're like, this is going to the moon now. And I'm sure there's bag holders in every stock or whatever you buy, but because of the hype you read. Dude, I don't see it. It's not worth anything. It's just you can relate it to, and I do relate it to the American dollar. We only make it what it's worth, man. There's nothing back in it. And when you look at liabilities and you look at the deficits and you look at unfunded liabilities for the American dollar, dude, it doesn't look good for us. It really doesn't. So like somebody I think I caught in the comments earlier, it's like gold, give me gold, you know. Yeah, tangible assets, man. Gold's better. It's biblical stuff, man. Gold, silver, copper.
I've just been so
the same
lost.
thing, though. Is why is gold
It's
valuable?
only valuable because they're saying it's valuable, and it depends on what you're needing this gold for. In other words, some people hoard it thinking that, you know, this apocalypse or whatever's coming, and I've always been like, well, what good is gold gonna do you? Like, you can't eat it, you can't drink it.
Shit. It's not shit in an apocalypse, dude. What's going to be valuable is food, water, and whatever you can barter to live.
Right.
You
So
know?
what keeps this gold so besides it being shiny, what is it good for?
Dude, I look at all of those kind of assets when you look at gold, silver, copper.
Right.
They're commodities. But dude, and I'm not saying paper. I'm saying physical is to me what makes it valuable. That it'll never be worth zero. To where when you look at Bitcoin or XRP or XLM or God forsakes even a dollar. I mean, God damn, after World War II, people were paying 30 million Deutschmarks for a loaf of bread because the currency was worthless, you know. But
like, what makes a lump of gold more valuable than a fucking river rock? You know, I mean, it's just
and some of what Johnny Five just mentions is that some of
because
it's
there's only so much of it, dude.
It's been valuable since before technology.
What's that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, before the cell phone.
It's been around. It's biblical, man. It's been Romans,
right.
and I mean every other.
It's just like somebody saw this shiny yellow piece of metal and was like, that's pretty as shit.
That's my thing. I'm not even arguing that it's valuable or not. I just never understood why. Like, what the fuck are you going to do with gold? You can't eat it, like I said. You can't drink it. You can't build a fucking house out of it. You know,
you slingshot it at somebody.
Right. So it just blows my mind when it's like there's no reason besides, well, it's just always been valuable. But
yeah, we just accept it that it's valuable, and that's it.
Simple-minded people were attracted to simple, shiny things. I mean, I don't understand. It's kind of like a rapper that's got the shit all over his fucking neck. Like, what for? What?
Right.
Because it shines.
I just look at gold, silver, copper, all those type of commodities, dude, like that. It's the same thing as land. There's only so much of it. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of what gives it its value versus coins and paper.
I totally
but I understand. I know.
No, I know what you're saying, why there's a value on it. But to you, why is it valuable? I'd rather have the land. You know?
Well, I agree with you.
Maybe not now because the gold is valuable because some dummy's going to buy it.
But that's the only
But-
reason you want it is because it's got value. It's not because
That's
it's got
kind
a
of my
purpose
point.
to you.
And as long as it's it's got a value to it, then yeah, it's valuable. I get what Brad's saying, that, you know, there's only so much of it. So if everybody keeps wanting it, it makes it valuable.
Right.
But why the fuck is what if everybody just says, what the I don't want this fucking gold. Like, what am I gonna do with this? What if everybody just woke up one morning and said that? Then it would just be another substance on the fucking, you know, on Earth that nobody fucking cared about. Like Justin said, a fucking river rock. So it's just odd how we put a value on it, and it doesn't do a fucking thing for you. It doesn't do anything.
No, it really
Or
does,
does it?
in the realm of things. No, well, I mean, in
Let's look it
today's
up.
day, it really
I don't-
does. In today's day, I think it does. I mean, when you look at tangible items and you're looking for currency or value and stuff,
Right.
it's been since biblical times, dude. It's just where we at. But what
I get
makes it? That's a good question. That really, I mean, where do we get to the point of saying that gold is the
worthless.
creme de la creme? You know.
Yeah, and because I'm totally in agreement with you. I'm not even trying to be argumentative. I know it's valuable. I'm just curious, like, why we still treat this metal like it's something other than what it is, which is just a pretty metal. I mean,
The only thing I can go back, and if you go back in history, that's how a lot of commerce was done back then. So I think that's where there's a longevity of commerce between silver and gold. But if you get into the,
right, I get it. Back into
the technical parts of, like, why is a silver coin this valuable? It just, I don't know. We've always just accepted it, Shane, that it is. It's just
And Matt's saying that it's easy to work with, like it's pliable and you can, you know, it's easier to bend into tools, but it's so soft you couldn't use it as a tool.
You can't turn gold into a hammer.
Anything. Nope.
So here's the reasons why. Here's the main reasons why gold is so valuable. Exceptional physical and chemical properties. Doesn't do shit for you. Doesn't corrode or tarnish. Gold is chemically inert. You know, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't rust. Okay, that's fine. Malleable, right? It can be hammered into extremely thin sheets and drawn into fine wire without breaking. Ideal for jewelry. So therefore, okay, another trinket. You're making trinkets out of it. Beautiful and distinctive. So therefore, it's just pretty. We think it's pretty. To me, that adds zero value. It's rare, but not extreme rarity, it says. So, okay, that's
it's
fine.
not rare enough for everybody to not have it on their body.
And to me, there's a lot of things on Earth that might be rare, but they're still fucking useless. You know,
is gold and silver really useless as a metal when it comes to conductivity, or maybe the world we live in today with solar panels and EV cars and, you know, gold and electronics, and even your cell phone and probably these computers we're sitting on probably have a small fraction. So, you know, I guess it all has it. And it's the same thing as uranium. What makes uranium so expensive?
Well, right.
You know,
and
because
look,
of what it does.
I would never advise anybody to not invest in gold, because apparently it's valuable. People make money on it. But I was just, it always just boggles my mind on why. So then, I'm looking it up. Deep historical and cultural significance, which is kind of what you mentioned, Brad. I mean, it's been symbolized wealth, power, divinity, and immortality across civilizations for over 6,000 years. But none of that means shit right now.
And that's what Johnny was just saying, that it doesn't rust, so they can use it as money because it won't just fall apart. Like if you had a steel coin in your pocket and walking around, it eventually rust and be nothing.
So to me, it's like a backup currency. But
pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know.
Because I get the arguments about the electronics, but it's like, it was valuable before that, like before it was used in solar panels and everything. I mean,
that's actually the number 5 reason, because it says it's not its main driver of why it's so valuable, but it's the, you know, like you mentioned, in electronics, medicine and aerospace and dentistry, but it was all valuable before all that, like you've mentioned. So that's why that's kind of last on the list, because that's, you know, it's been valuable for over 6,000 years, apparently.
Exactly.
And I mean, we did a lot of things 6,000 years ago. I mean, the cavemen used to drag the women around by their hair, according to, you know, books, history books. So, you know, I don't know. It's just so weird to me. And look, Maybe I'm too stupid to get it, but I just don't get it. But I
don't
will
get it
say,
either.
if you got money, apparently invest in precious metals because people
Because
make
like
money with
these
it.
are the answers that I see. Like 46MD says gold was a promise for cash, and it's like I get it's got value and always has, but I don't understand the why behind it.
I don't think there is no more besides it just being what used to be.
Ever.
I mean,
like I don't understand why it was ever
yeah, right.
valuable.
That's a good point. Even back in the day, think about all the gold that the Egyptians, like for what?
I feel like everything was gold.
Yeah. For what? I mean, I get it. A lot of it symbolized wealth, like they said, and maybe that was big back then. People do it nowadays. Everybody wants to show off their brand new car and their big houses, and I guess that was how they did it back then. It was gold. But to even find that, the first people that found that, somebody had to turn it into a want, a big enough want to where it became special. But you would think back in the day, somebody would look at that and say, the fuck am I going to do with this?
Exactly.
It's too soft to make weapons with, and I damn sure can't eat it. But for some reason, because it was shiny, everybody was like, oh, like a moth to a flame. And now all of a sudden, thousands of years later, its value continues to go up. So, yeah,
and
which,
dude,
hey,
really,
like I said, invest in it all day long for sure.
And look, when you look into the whole mining aspect of that, man, a lot of this stuff is like gold, silver. Dude, that's a byproduct, dude. Most of them mines are looking for lead, zinc, and other metals. And gold and silver is just a bimetal. I say a byproduct of those. I mean, they do have gold mines, but dude, what they find in copper and zinc and lead is within brass and what they're looking for to make tangible things like faucets and whatever they might be making out of that kind of stuff, and iron ore and all that. But yeah, I mean, look, man, Judas, you look back in the biblical times, dude, Judas betrayed Jesus Christ, dude, for what, 15 shillings, whatever it might have been. Dude. So maybe that's where it's
doubloons.
I don't know, dude. So,
Yeah. Well, no, like I said, I'm not even. I ain't
but look, in
arguing the point that
today's
it's
society,
valuable.
I can't tell you anything better than to own gold and silver, bro.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy because it's true.
Yeah. Or real estate. I can't say. I got to say real estate at the right price. Real estate is a great value. There's only so much of it.
It's funny to me because it's true. A good investment is gold and silver, and to this day, nobody can say why besides a bunch of old time beliefs. It's so weird, but we still consider it valuable. People want it.
Follow it.
People want it. Yeah. So fuck it, buy it.
Mr. Knight Rider, you're right. 30 pieces of silver. I'm sorry. I said 15. Yes, I'll correct myself. I apologize.
Shillings. Yeah, and even back then, I can kind of get it a little more. I mean, people, we didn't have what we have nowadays, so it was like, oh, this is what I'll trade you. And for some reason, they fell in love with shiny stuff. Okay, whatever. But in 2026, it blows my mind that shit still just keeps going up in value. It's
well, I mean,
nuts,
it's amazing
man.
that go back in time, and the dollar that we considered this almighty petrodollar was once backed by what? Gold. I mean,
yeah, it was exactly.
For whatever the Treasury held or the Fort Knox held in gold, we had that much Treasury, and it's crazy.
I just
to think
I don't
that.
know.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't understand
Justin
why they didn't keep a safe full of bouncy balls and say you get one bouncy ball per dollar instead of gold. Like I don't understand why it was gold specifically.
Me
but
and Justin are on the same thing with that. We just don't get why it was ever considered that valuable.
Yeah, like why not like fossilized dinosaur toes or something instead of gold? It's like that's valuable.
Yeah,
let's because it's rare. But
it says, the U.S. dollar was backed by gold for much of its history because the system provided stability, trust, and discipline in a world where paper money could otherwise be overprinted and lose value. Makes sense. Like you got to have something that
backs it up.
Isn't just you could just continue to keep making it, but they took that away where it's not backed by that now. So, but then gold continues to go up. Yep. I don't know. It's odd. It's odd. It'll never make sense to me why it's valuable, but it doesn't dispute the fact that it is,
Well, we live in a world that everything that we touch and want to do and be a part of is some form of tangible. And
Right.
I think when you look at cryptos, God, as great as it is, you buy low, you sell high. Stocks, man. I mean, what puts value on companies, dude? It's just the American people or worldwide people that invest in these companies to make them what they're worth. But yeah, I mean, look, you make a good point. I'm gonna give both of y'all. You make a good point. What in the hell does a piece of gold make it worth it what it's worth? You know. So
Yeah,
and
but
it
I
is
mean,
what it
you
is.
could,
There's no changing it.
I think people like shiny shit.
exactly. And look,
Yeah,
that's like saying what
absolutely.
makes a
Yes.
tennis shoe worth $200 when you start talking about Jordans. I guess it is. It's going to be worth what people are willing to pay. I mean, I get it. I'm not hating on it that it's worth money. I say invest in it. It's just it blows my mind that it's right. It's a fucking. I don't know. It's a piece of. I don't know. It's like this. You know, it's just a piece of fucking metal. Me saying that this is worth $2,000 an ounce right now. It's
not
it's
that
nuts,
much,
man.
Maybe
we could try,
dude. Yeah.
Yep. No, I think people like shiny shit, and it's just
I think that's where it started from. Just being impressed with just some shiny, just something that was pretty, caught their eyes, and then all of a sudden.
And they had plenty of it, and the peasants had none, and it was like, here we go.
Yeah, it was to show who was important back then, and people use it, like I said, to this day. I mean, you see, it's huge in the hip hop culture. You know, the more gold you wear, the more you're supposedly worth, and then you go run around and watch somebody like Jay-Z that's worth hundreds of millions barely wear any. Isn't that something? How that changes? You know, it's the ones coming up in the game. They got the biggest and the most jewelry on, and worth about 10 grand. So. It's just funny. But anyway, yeah, it's still a status symbol, so to say.
And Mr. Knight Rider said make monopoly money valuable. And I was having this conversation on the way to work the other day with the guy that I ride out there with, or he rides with me, but regardless, about basically that's kind of how I see Bitcoin and gold and whatnot is like if we get done with the live tonight and I go downstairs and I print Justin motherfucking rolling dollars and say, with my face in the middle and I say, this is worth, $500 or, 17 pounds of rice, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, that's what this is worth. And then everybody was just like, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, like, that's what I see gold and fucking Bitcoin. And I mean, all of it it's the same thing. There's no difference.
And that's besides the Epstein story behind Bitcoin. Supposedly that's how it was started. And it was just like, look, it's worth this much. A guy buys a pizza, whoever the fuck the story is, and he just convinced somebody that, hey, this is going to be valuable. And then the guy took a chance, and the rest is history, according to the lore of it. But now it looks like it's going a little deeper with how it started when you start throwing out Epstein and all. But either way, it's only worth what somebody says it's worth, and I understand we have to have some form of currency. I mean, we need something to trade for goods and services.
Goats.
I get that,
cigarettes.
But why not? That's prison. You're talking about prison, dude.
Cigarettes and ramen noodles, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It'll be a precious commodity, dude. When the world takes a shit, dude.
It might. Beer, man. Alcohol. I'd rather the alcohol than the gold if the world goes to shit, man. Give me something to drink.
Yep.
No,
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the only time gold, like, it would just be useless or worthless, is if the world, how some people freak out like the world's just going to go to shit, apocalypse, all that stuff. Then, of course, you're looking at it like, well, I can't do nothing with this gold now. But that's not when people are investing in gold, that's not really why they're investing in it, in case the apocalypse comes. They just know, hey, if I buy this now, and years from now, it should be worth, way more than what I paid for it. So I get it as an investment. I just don't get it, So
I understand.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's
but
like,
I'll take some.
I'll look at it. I'll look at it too, Shane. I hold a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, and I sit back and look at it. And it's like, dude, I don't want to ever sell that because for what? The almighty dollar, this fiat currency we live in, dude, it's trash, dude. It really is. And it's like, God, if there was a way I could go somewhere and just say, I guess if you're doing a private sale saying, hey, you'll take 1,000 ounces of silver for this piece of property, God, that'd probably be a great deal if you could work something out like that. But of course, tax wise and legitimacy wise, you can't do that. And today it all has to be transferred through the dollar.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I sit back and look at it. I have no faith in our currency. I really don't. I just where we're at in life,
Yeah, it's not going.
You can't trade properties?
What you mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know if you could like go to a closing and say, "Hey, I'm gonna trade you 500 ounces of silver." Maybe some private sale. Maybe I guess you could. Yeah, I guess you could if that's what you could agree on.
Because,
But,
like,
God,
yeah,
well,
if
is
we
there
went
a
in there and we
tax?
like,
Is there a tax implication from that? Because I'm sure it's going to be reported by the time you bring it to your county mortgager and or your land records and all that, and it's going to be like, well, y'all traded something,
yeah, like, what if we
worth
traded my house for like, I don't know,
100 ounces of silver.
15 cattles and 600 horses or something like that? Like,
Dude, let's try it, dude. I'll give you 4 horses and 8 cows, dude, for your house.
I'll take it. Let's do it.
Okay. See
I'm
where
looking
they-
it up now.
Sign the papers, dude.
Yes, you can trade your house for gold and silver, but it's rarely a direct barter. Typically, this involves selling your home for fiat currency and using the proceeds to buy. Well, that's dumb. That's not trading it for.
That's not.
It's
That's
like
not
you can trade it for
trading.
money and then go buy
Right.
gold. It's like, well, why would
Right.
you say yes the first when I
Yes.
ask, can I trade my house for gold and silver? So
Yes.
I guess the answer to that is no. You have to sell it for money and then go buy your gold and silver.
It's like you
but-
can trade anything for anything if you sell what you have first and go
Sure.
get what you want with cash.
Yeah.
Right.
It says
I just look at it. If
selling
there's
a
tax
home.
implications. No, it ain't happening.
Well, tax consequences. Selling a home may trigger capital gains tax, and selling precious metals for a profit can also have tax consequences up to
Sure.
28%.
Yep.
So agreeing on the value of the home versus the volatile price of gold and silver can be difficult.
Can you look and see if you can trade it for things that aren't gold and silver? Like if somebody was like, look, dude, I'll give you this brand new Lambo paid off for your house. Like, you know what I mean? Like something like that. I guess you would have to pay the taxes on what it's worth still.
It says, yes,
But I
it's
just don't know if it's
theoretically
possible.
possible to trade your house for a Lamborghini, as they can have similar valuations. However, it's generally considered a poor financial move because a
Well.
house is an asset that typically
Hey.
appreciates.
You can sleep in a Lambo. You can't race a house. All right.
That's so true. So
So-
true. So yeah, it's if it's worth about the same, you know. Financial experts generally advise against this trade, emphasizing that a home provides security and potential equity growth, whereas a supercar requires high maintenance costs and loses value immediately. So don't do that. If you got a Lamborghini, you know,
Do not
if you
buy a
get some
house.
sucker to trade you a house for it, do it. But you know, yeah. So you can do it, Justin, if you're looking to.
Well, if fucking, AI told me not to. So
Yeah, well, that's just advising.
I was thinking
you not
about
to.
it.
It's a stupid move, is what it's saying.
I
Real
think
world
it's
examples.
fine.
There have been instances where individuals have offered high value residential properties, such as a $1.9 million beach house, in exchange for a Lamborghini. What's that H word? They pronounce
Huracan.
that hurricane, whatever. Lamborghini. So, yeah, $1.9 million for a fucking
Wow.
car that's going to depreciate, like they said. That's a dumb fucking trade. My God. Well, I don't even understand why. Just trading a car for the house. Yeah,
Huracan.
I'm with AI. Don't do that dumb shit. Anyway,
Yeah, that's a crazy trade, but maybe it was a special edition Huracan. Because, like, I mean, there's cars that do go up. Like, surprisingly, the Dodges, the Demons and shit, like, you can't find one for what they were selling for a sticker.
yeah.
Every single one left the
Yeah, I
lot
guess
and
if
went up
it,
in price.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess if it's some sort of vehicle that is going to appreciate, of course, because there are some out there, like you said, as the years go on, they get more valuable, just depending on if they're not overproduced. And, that's part of the problem is just, things being way overproduced nowadays. But yeah, you get some kind of car that's rare. I guess that might not be a bad trade if you have another house to live in. Or not, you'd be living in a Lambo.
You live in a car, dude. I told you.
But-
You can sleep in a car.
Yeah, you probably got multiple houses if you trading Lambos for homes and all that stupid shit. So who knows?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like people that can't afford Lambos can afford houses that are worth a Lambo. And then maybe dumb enough to
Yeah.
trade for one.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? All right, let's see.
Brad, you should try it.
Not happening, dude.
This gentleman here. All right. I don't know if y'all saw this story, but teacher, 26 years old, faces 20 years behind bars for dating high school graduate that was 18. 18 years old now.
Mhm.
A Nebraska teacher and wrestling coach could be thrown in prison for up to 20 years for allegedly dating a former student after she graduated. Doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense.
No.
But
But
apparently over there in Nebraska, you have to wait 90 days before you can have a relationship with someone who graduated from that school. Well, this guy didn't do that, but it sure does seem like a weird, I'm not sure how to look at that. It's both consenting adults. The 18-year-old wasn't in the school anymore. I guess a law is a law is how some people look at it, but boy, that's
an odd law, because I guess I get the thought behind it, so that you're not like, grooming them beforehand, and the day they graduate, it's like, you're mine. But
yeah,
I mean, like you just said, like, once you're an adult, you're an adult. Like, I gotta wait 90 days for my adult privileges to kick in once I'm 18 to make sure that I'm adult enough to be an adult. Like, what the fuck?
That's what I mean. When it comes to consenting adults, I get the student teacher thing. Yeah, I get that. You just can't have that going on. That's
I think morally what he's doing is wrong, but I mean,
right.
It shouldn't be legal.
How old is he? 26 and 18? I mean,
well, I mean, as far as like, they were probably talking before she graduated.
Well, that's the thing.
You know what I mean? So morally, it's wrong that they were, he was engaging in that. But legally, if he did nothing, to break the law, then by the time when she's 18, she's 18. Like,
and the story goes, he taught 6th grade, so he didn't even teach her. He never had her as a student.
I was like, damn, she was in 6th grade?
No, I'm just saying. So it was somebody kind of defending this guy, was saying that, he never had her as a student. Their relationship started after she graduated. The relationship was totally consensual. They were intimate 60 days after the girl graduated. But Nebraska law says you have to wait 90 before you can knock the bottom out of it. So 30 more days.
I may have missed it, but did they know each other prior to her graduating?
Yes.
They knew
says
each other.
That they met previously at a sporting event.
But they didn't know each other teacher-student wise.
No, that's not even what they're accusing him of. But they said cops claim that him and the unidentified 18-year-old exchanged about 13,000 text messages from the day she graduated, which would have been May 10th to August 8th. So between May and August,
nuts, man.
That's crazy law, dude.
It's a
I
weird
could see
law.
if he taught her senior year, and then it's like, well, come on, man. Like, we know what you're doing, but they met at a fucking sporting event. He happened to be a teacher and she happened to be a fucking high school graduate. Like, get the fuck out of here.
And I mean, I guess they do it because they've got to draw a line somewhere, because that may not always be the case. It may be like you're saying, it may be a teacher that's teaching a senior and he's just waiting for his chance. So the day she graduates, after he's been grooming her the whole senior year, then boom, now I can legally be with her. So I guess they try to stop that. But at some point, they have to let the person be an adult. So they pick 90 days to just, okay, go. So
yeah, but you got to have some kind of something there.
Yeah, I'm with you. It seems a little harsh. I mean, he's facing 20 fucking years. But if you knew the law, well, then wait.
Okay.
I mean, so it's hard to just put it all on the state as far as, saying that's fucked up. Because
in this case, I put it all on the state because I doubt he knew. I don't think he was thinking like that. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Right.
I think, again, if he taught at her same school and taught like the same grade she was in, maybe even if he wasn't her specific teacher, but, taught 12th grade and she was in 12th grade and they just interacted a lot throughout the school year, I could see where this law could apply so that teachers can't groom young students. But with them having almost no prior connection and happen to meet at a sporting event and then start dating after she graduates, I don't know, that's crazy to me.
I'm with you when you first read the headline, teacher 26 faces 20 years behind bars for dating high school graduate that's 18. It's like, well, whoa, wait a second. Like, once she's graduated and she's 18, there should be like, well, what's the problem? I mean, I get it from, like you said, a morally thing, or just kind of like, dude, were you like looking at this girl when she was 16 thinking I can't wait till she's 18? But to say it's illegal now, I mean, and look, a law is a law. They said 90 days. He should have fucking waited. But it is kind of a harsh reality he's facing now where like they could actually throw 20 fucking years at you. And it's not like, I mean, they have pedos that look at less than 20 years.
Absolutely. And
People
it's
that
like
actually touch children.
You and Paul just said like, why couldn't he wait 3 months? But I don't know that he was even taking that law into consideration.
Probably
like,
not.
I don't
Yeah,
think
probably
that's
not.
where his mind frame was, is when can I legally, fuck this high school graduate? Like, I don't think that's where his mind was. I think he met somebody that he liked, and she just happened to be just graduated out of high school, and
he was thinking with
they
the
got
wrong
together.
head,
I
dude.
don't
Yeah,
think.
absolutely, dude. But
Yeah,
no.
I'm with you. I just, man, to me, it all depends on whether or not he knew that was the law. Because whether you agree with the law or not, it's kind of like when we start talking about all the ICE agents and all, whether you agree with them picking up these illegal immigrants or not, it doesn't fucking matter. They're doing it lawfully.
It's a law, dude.
So,
right?
So if he knew the law, it's hard to have sympathy for him because it's like keep your dick in your pants for 30 more days.
But if you weren't teaching in her grade level, right, how were you supposed to immediately know that she literally 15 days ago graduated from high school?
What?
If you weren't her teacher, like if you're just a school teacher and she just graduated high school.
Sure. That's
is that the first conversation that has to come out?
Well, no, that's assuming he didn't know who this girl was at all. Like that he didn't know she was at the school. I mean, he was a teacher at the school. I'm going to assume he knew exactly what grade she was in and when she was graduating. Now, I don't know that. It doesn't say that in there, but I mean, I find it hard to believe that they haven't talked before and he didn't know.
He couldn't have taught at the school long. He was only 26.
Yeah.
I mean, she was 6 grades ahead of where he was teaching, which means he was 20 when she was in the grade that he was teaching. So I doubt he was a teacher at 20 in the school. So, you know what I mean?
Wait a second. What school was this? Because if he taught 6th grade,
right?
How the fuck was she in the same school at 18?
Maybe it's different out there, but we split our schools up over here, and that's what I'm saying.
It's a junior/senior high school, so they mix in these.
So
okay,
it's not like he taught this girl when she was in 6th grade, and then she went through the high school, because I can almost promise you he was not teaching 6th grade when she was in 6th grade. So
yeah, no, I get it. I'm like I said, to me, it all depends on whether or not he knew it was illegal and he did it anyway, because that's your own fault. Now, whether you like the law or not, it's like, okay, I got to stay away from her. I can't do this. I mean, I'm gonna get in trouble. Not to mention, I mean, it is kind of weird, the whole teacher-student thing. But once they're adults, the weirdness, whatever, that can go out the door. But if I'm supposed to wait 90 days and you can't resist, and you can go 60, but you can't go 90. I mean, that just seems like foolishness.
I see people today on social media that I went to high school with, same grade, and I have no clue who the fuck they were. I've never recognized them. I couldn't. If you asked me, I would tell you no. I've never seen this person in my life, and we were in the same grade in high school. You know what I mean? So
no, I get it. Yeah, schools are big, and when you've got junior plus senior students, junior high, senior high, or whatever you fucking, high school students. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people you don't know and recognize every single person that you come across. I personally think that they spoke prior to the graduation and he knew exactly who the fuck she was and where she went.
I'm not buying it. I'm representing him pro bono.
Where's his jacket?
I don't think he should be facing 20 years. Just, let me make that clear. I don't think he needs to be because, like I said, there's people that touch actual children that don't face that. Now, 20 years is real fucking harsh for something like that. But it's his own fault if he knew better. Let's put it that way. I mean, we always talk about, having accountability for your actions on this show when it comes to the left and everybody else bitching about law and order. Well, you can't give this guy a pass. If he knew that was illegal, it's his own damn fault.
Absolutely.
My mom was what that dude said? My mom was 15 with her second kid. Yeah, that's all right. What's that got to do? Was it with a teacher? With her high school teacher? No, that's it ain't.
Look, No,
ain't
depending
about
on
having
the age
sex.
of you, well, you're 1978. But yeah, I get you, Mr. McKnight. I absolutely do. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's 20 years is harsh. Still a stupid decision if he knew it was illegal. So that's about the only thing we can chalk it up to, man. They didn't change the damn law.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When you're 18, you're fucking 18. If you're not in school any longer, it is what it is. Because this young girl here, this 18-year-old, the same age, they'll ship her ass off overseas and allow her to die in some bullshit war, but yet she can't have a consensual relationship with somebody without that other adult facing 20 years in prison. It's silly. It's silly. I kind of get the concept behind it. I mean, you don't want these teachers preying on these students, but look, 18 is 18. And when they're no longer in school, they need to change that fucking law.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like if they're going to keep the law, they need to put boundaries on it. Like, if you were
teaching her,
if we can prove that you were teaching this kid, you know, and you had some sort of relationship, not even like a dating relationship, but just, you know, you were around this kid every day to where you really had the opportunity to groom this kid, and I can see that, but just, I don't know, it seems like two random people to me that they didn't like.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
well, either way, old boy looks like he's going to get in some kind of trouble. I don't think they're going to throw him in 20 years, but
yeah,
you know, I do believe he's going to face a little bit of time there. Just they're going to set some sort of example, you know.
Did you see? I saw the video today of, I think maybe it was in France. That dude that threw a grenade into the barber shop or a salon.
Is that the one where I think there was a child? Nobody died, but they had some injuries.
Yeah, they had some injuries.
Yeah, I came across it earlier when I was scrolling. What was it? Just a terrorist type thing?
Apparently,
or
it was a local
kind of
gang.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
I seen there was a 5-year-old injured in it. So these people, man, just hey, here's a fucking grenade.
Yeah, like, I want a fucking grenade.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, how do you even get a grenade?
A grenade? Like, where should hit me up?
I can be as pissed off as I want at somebody, and I can't figure out a way to go get a grenade and throw it at them. You know?
No,
that's crazy.
He just bloop right in the door and ran off. And then I'm like, what kind of pussy grenade did you have, for one?
Well, let me ask you this: you're a huge, as we all are, but Second Amendment, advocates. I mean,
we should be able to
believe in it. But I was going to ask you that. Like, all seriousness, do you think that's going too far if the government were to say, hey, man, grenades are, they're not off limits?
No, I don't think so, because
and
think about it. This guy could have trapped all those people in this barbershop and lit them all up with a firearm. And
he could have walked
probably killed 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he could have done way more damage with a rifle than
he
that
threw this
grenade,
big,
apparently.
scary, crazy grenade that is going to blow up the city block and injured people inside of the barbershop.
So what would be the reason to not? And I know it sounds funny because we've never been able to own them, so people are like, oh, yeah, that's what people need to be running around with grenades. But, I mean, what's the difference between that and running around with the type of guns we get to run around with? I mean, I like I said, I know it sounds weird to say should grenades be legal, but I mean, honestly, if all the type of other firearms we're able to go buy, what's the difference?
Yeah,
like I said, is that just going too far though? Just saying, oh yeah, let people have fucking grenades.
I don't think it is, because I feel like it kind of goes to the gun argument type deal where all explosives are illegal without a license, and when you're licensed, you're usually demoing some shit when you have explosives. Or the other people that have explosives are people that want to blow shit the fuck up and, terrorist attack shit.
I see Matt, stick with sparklers, guys. Fuck. No,
there's
we want
better
grenades,
shit out there than
Matt.
sparklers, dog.
We want grenades.
Yeah,
Can you hunt? You can't hunt with them, I don't guess.
No.
You could defend your home, I suppose.
You could definitely defend something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do it in my house, but
start a petition. Legalize grenades.
Legalize flashbangs at the bare minimum. I still think that's bullshit. It
Isn't that
pisses
something
me
how
off every time I
yeah.
fucking think about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of these laws are crazy.
There's
And then
no
some of
reason
it-
I can't flashbang an intruder
no,
and
and then
pop
there's some
out
people that look at
and
it
hit
like,
a
well,
clean 360 no scope.
right. And some people look at it like, well, what do you need that for? And it's like, well, if we just stop allowing everything that people think we don't need, I mean, where does that stop? And I mean, that doesn't even just stop at weapons. I mean, there's tons of things we use daily that we don't need.
Why don't you we could just go back to horse and carriage and just fucking,
right,
you know,
exactly.
trot
And
around.
that's a big argument I see with people with these quote unquote assault rifle, arguments is that, well, what do you need it for? And it's like, well, what do you need that cell phone for that you're holding while you're telling me that? I mean, you don't technically need any of that to survive, so to say, but it's like we always say is once you start giving them that, it ain't stopping at these assault rifles. I mean, they won't stop until you can't have anything but a slingshot. So
Right.
it's not about what we need. It's about stop trying to make more fucking laws to infringe upon people's rights. And
Absolutely.
I think we should be able to have grenades. That's all I'm saying.
Matt said, y'all making me think I
agree.
need a grenade. And you do.
You do.
and
Everybody
you're
needs
right.
even if you
grenades.
don't need it, you should be able to fucking have one.
It's
You
right,
can't
genius.
flashbang an intruder, Mr. Knight Rider, because you can't own fucking flashbangs because they're classified as destructive devices because the ATF are pussies.
ATF is gay.
So they're protecting you. Okay.
Fuck them.
Who is David Black? If I Google him, it pulls up all kind of shit. Anybody know what David Black is? I've
David
seen it in the
Black.
chats.
I don't know. It's probably got
Paul
something to do
said-
with a grenade.
Oh, I'll take one. Oh, speaking of
See, Johnny 5. See, he sees it. All gun laws and restrictions, by definition, are an infringement on our constitutional rights.
Johnny 5 is with us.
100%.
So grenades. That's all I'm
Abolish.
saying.
Yes.
Now,
NFA. Give me grenades. Be good to
speaking
go.
of weapons. Okay. Did y'all see the story of the hospital that evacuated after an 8-inch World War I artillery shell was discovered up a patient's ass? Did you see that one?
But I can't have a grenade.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can't have a grenade. This dude's sticking fucking artillery shells up his asshole that are live, apparently. But now, the hospital in France, of course, evacuated. Male patient arrived, had a World War I artillery shell lodged in his anus. The unnamed 24-year-old had been rushed to the hospital. I would imagine so. He was in a state of extreme discomfort, having inserted a large object up his rectum. Once they x-rayed him, they were like, what in the fuck is this? So, of course, they performed a surgery. And it was an 8-inch bombshell from 1918 that had been lodged accidentally inside him.
I slipped in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fearing
I hate when that
a
happens. Yeah.
fearing a potential, fire in the hole, the hospital evacuated everybody, of course, and called in the bomb squad, and it didn't blow up, but it was retro munition, they called it, which was also pointed, and let's see, it was deemed threat. So yeah, the bomb disposal experts took the shell with them while the patient, a French national, remained at the hospital so he could recover from the surgery. It's unclear how the antique ended up the man's ass, but experts
unclear.
suspected the combustible could have been the result of a party stunt gone wrong. So
What kind
I
of
don't know what
parties are
kind of
they having?
parties.
It's like a Diddy party on X, dude.
Yeah.
Like times 10. That's crazy.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what the fuck? Don't invite me to no party like that ever.
No.
God.
Dude, I'm gonna pass shoving this 8-inch shell up your ass, dude. And I'm gonna pass. on
Yeah,
that one, dude. Whatever.
like you
I'm
couldn't
done.
give me enough beer. Like, fuck.
It's like some
what it
spin the
was.
bottle shit or something like that,
The shell-shocked patient is expected to be interviewed by authorities later this week, while prosecutors are considering taking legal action against him for handling Category A munitions per an officer, it says. Shells such as the one found in the man's ass were used during the First World War by the Imperial German Army, which deployed hundreds of thousands against Britain, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we don't want a history lesson, but the explosive, which are date stamped, regularly turn up during the Iron Harvest, the annual collection of often unexploded munitions. Okay. Just tell me more about the dude shoving up his butt. And while a person's backside might seem like a strange location for one of them to surface, shockingly, this wasn't the first at that hospital. So
Oh my God.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there in France, but like I said, don't invite me. Oh, in 2022, the hospital was partially evacuated after an 88-year-old arrived with one lodged in his anus. So apparently they're having, missile anus parties over there, and
It sounds like
I want no
Tide
part
Pod
of it.
shit. You know,
It's worse than Tide Pod.
Jesus Christ, man.
They're just trying to turn
so-
Jack into a mortar tube.
Yeah, that was the happy story of the week. The guy lived. I mean, what's the big deal? It's only 8 inches. I mean, a lot of people are hung with more than that.
Live explosive.
Up your bum. Can you imagine going to the hospital? Dude, what would it take for you to actually go to the hospital with something like that shoved up your ass? I don't know.
And then you show up and they call the fucking bomb squad.
And then it's all over the news. Oh, man.
How'd this happen? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm
You're like, look, we got to keep this hush. And then they call the whole fucking bomb squad, shows up, suited up.
God. Couldn't imagine having to go into the hospital. Look, I know people that work in the emergency room and stuff like that over the years, people I've met, and the stories they'll tell you. Oh my God, dude. And look, it's supposed to all patient confidentiality. So it's not like they ever give you names, but just the x-rays that they see with the shit people stick up their ass. Like, what are these people doing? What are you doing? Light bulbs and shit that break up there. And I'm like, oh my God.
Y'all remember that video of the mayonnaise jar?
The mayonnaise jar.
It was on Best Gore forever.
I don't think
And
so.
a dude was putting a mayonnaise jar in his ass like a fucking Hellman's, man, and it broke.
At least it wasn't blue plate, dude. Jesus Christ, dude.
Glass mayonnaise jar, or a pickle jar. It was a glass pickle jar.
Pickle jar. Okay.
Yep, and it broke.
Yeah, hamsters are number one, Mr. Knight Rider.
Hamsters, yep.
Yeah. Oh, Richard.
Oh, what entices people, man. My God, man. Because we've all seen those stories come across the internet, to be an x-ray of what, doctor found up someone's butt. And I'm always thinking, what in the fuck? And this, according
It's
to
always
this,
huge.
Yeah. It's like the bigger the better. That's why I was surprised this was only 8 inch. It's like, what are you going to do with that? That's no fun.
Be an x-ray of like an alien fist from fucking neck to knee, like, God damn.
It's nuts, man. So, Brad, you coming to one of those parties with us next week or what?
No, I won't be there.
No? You going to skip that?
No.
Justin's bringing the ammunition.
Dude. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't even do Mardi Gras, dude. So, yeah, I'm not going.
Come on, I'm bringing
kosher
flashbangs.
dill
Let's do
pickle
it.
party, dude. No, it's not happening, dude.
Man, did y'all see that Olive Garden, that cook that was working there that killed himself?
Dude.
Did you see how heard how he did it? Shoved his fucking head in the fucking grease, like the
In
fry
the grease
I guess.
fryer. And then he
Yeah.
got on the grill, apparently.
Oh, what the fuck, man! I would pick such a
Really?
better way. I don't.
Well, I saw a report today that he was fucked up on PCP.
Nah, that explains it. All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude, you
Okay.
can't just
Say
be
no
like, like I just don't want to be here no more. I get it,
Yeah, you wake up and you shower, and it's like, where you going, babe? Well, I gotta go do this fucking shift at fucking wherever, and and you get a call. Your husband committed suicide. He
Just get,
He stuck his head in the fucking
take a
fry
fucking
basket.
fryer swirly,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, it's like,
this is
no.
fun.
Yeah,
But
and,
he
and
was
like I
fine
said, I
this
get it.
morning.
Look, man, some people just have had enough of being here, so they decide I don't
can
want to be
agree
here
with
no
that,
longer.
yeah.
But I thought it was odd. I'm like, why would you pick that way? But the PCP
Yeah.
kind of explains it. But
Yes.
that was my initial thought. Like, man, I could think of so many better ways, just quicker ways than to stick my head in a fucking some fry grease, and hope it kills you and don't just scar you for life. That was weird.
That'd be my
Yeah,
luck,
dude.
Yeah, it scar me for life, dude. And
Yeah, just burn. You just disfigured the rest of your fucking life. Yep.
Did y'all?
No.
Yeah, it was kind of local to us, but y'all heard the guy that climbed the water tower and it was apparently suicidal and just
Oh yeah.
went up there to
Got up
sing
there with the
songs and
shotgun.
shit. Yeah, and then I find out after it's my cousin, so that's cool.
Uh-huh. That was your cousin. That's what I was
Damn.
about to say. Yeah, they arrested his
Jesus.
ass.
I was
pulled
like,
him
of course
down.
it was. Of course it was my
Yeah.
fucking cousin. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
I have to
Yeah,
watch you.
climbed the water tower. You had a gun or something, a shotgun with him?
A sawed-off shotgun.
Sawed
and
off shotgun, yeah.
bunch of paraphernalia. Went up there to sing songs and look at the stars.
Leave that man
And
alone.
what's wrong with that, dude?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean,
We could
yeah,
all
what's
use a
wrong
little
with
bit of
that?
song singing.
Yeah.
The liberals.
He
like
put
it,
a
dude.
whole city on a bull water advisory.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's your people.
Yes, it is.
Your people. What else going on nuts in the news, man? Anything? I see they making roadblocks over there, these liberals, not letting people in and out, checking IDs before
Yep.
they let you
Oh.
pass. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And that's
They gotta
something
make
they-
sure they
border-
know
put
who's coming
checkpoints
in.
now.
Yes, they want
exactly. They're
secure.
for-
You know, they want to have these secure borders now. You know, they don't want anybody in there that doesn't belong. All of a sudden, yeah, I was watching that video earlier, man. They got all these stupid makeshift roadblocks up, and they're stopping cars and checking, trying to find out who you are before they let you in and out the neighborhood. Sounds reasonable.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it, but it sure is
No.
kind of hypocritical on their end.
Yeah, you're not
Very.
coming on our land unless we
Yeah.
know who you are.
So I'm still waiting.
Fuck
to see how
ICE.
that Billie Eilish has she said anything about that yet?
She just told people to quit harassing her.
Stop
Yeah, of course.
I'm Billie Eilish. Let's see.
Yeah, she's the one with the $14 million mansion.
Yeah.
Stolen land.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, me too. What time is it?
Um,
Holy shit! All right.
Mr. Knight Rider, no, he didn't fall in the tank. He actually climbed down. They talked to him through a drone and eventually talked him into just kind of climbing down.
Oh, that's how they did it. They sent the drone up there.
Yeah, there was a drone up there and they were communicating with him through the drone. And one of his charges was actually like cutting off like a telecommunications device or something like that. So I don't know if he was throwing shit at the drone at first and they hit him with a charge for it, but yeah.
Why did he shoot it? He had a shotgun.
Ah,
I'd have shot it
know.
out the sky.
But and they charged him with like fucking with like public infrastructure, and I guess that's why they put the city on bull water advisory. They kind of responded as if he was up there putting shit in the water.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess they didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he first got up there. But anyway. All right. Anything else worth fucking talking about? We done talked about ammunition shells going up people's asses, and
It's been a wild event.
Lil Jon's son passed away.
Oh no.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Was that Lil John?
Yeah, smaller John. He he was discovered in a Georgia pond days after he was reported missing. So I don't know if there's any foul play or not, but yep. No, someone lost their child. Never good.
Nope.
So what else? What else you got, Justin?
I'm trying.
Oh, you pulling something up?
Kinda. All right. So,
Kinda. I love it.
do you think that this was a crime? Nancy Pelosi, her husband sold Visa stock the day before it was announced that the DOJ was suing Visa.
Yeah, just coincidence.
It's not insider trading, right?
No. Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, in these reporters, that's the ones that they ask her if she believes that these politicians should not be able to invest in stocks, and it's like, why would you ask her that? Listen to that fucking story. So he really did. He sold that shit
The day before the DOJ announces that they're going to be suing Visa.
That's so fucking wrong because people like us may want to invest in it, and it's a total gamble when we do it. They ain't gambling nothing. They ain't a gamble for them. They know
not at
exactly
all.
what the fuck they're doing.
She went straight home and was like, they're about to release, they're about to sue Visa. So, and he was like,
babe.
yeah, I'm going to dump it.
Hey, babe, you better dump that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, she was probably like,
when you got
hey,
somebody that outperforms the S&P 500 for years,
forever.
forever, it's like, come on, dude. Oh, God, Jesus. That's why the markets are not made for people like you and me, Justin. They're just not, dude. We have no shot.
So why can't they go after her?
Hmm?
Or is it that they won't?
They probably
I guess
just
it's a big
won't.
difference. Because I don't know how you blatantly
I don't
do
know
that.
what the burden of proof on insider trading is, but that seems pretty fucking close to whatever it should be.
Well, and because people have gotten in trouble for it before, so apparently they do go after certain ones. I just don't like what in the fuck. Which
like
I guess
Martha
it's a stupid
Stewart?
question
Yeah,
to
I guess
to
so,
wonder
yeah.
why. I was going to say what makes them so untouchable, but I guess that's a dumb question. I mean, it's the government going after the government. That's never going to happen. Yeah, they get people like Martha Stewart, and want to fuck with her over insider trading, the same shit they do on a daily basis. It's crazy.
And it's all of them. If it's MTG or all of them, dude, all of them across the board, man. If it's with if it's within defense contracts or the next AI or the next this one or that one, God, they all have the forefront of
at
where
least
it's
they
going.
try to hide it. A lot of them, you know what I mean? Like at least they're like, maybe they're not all that stupid, so we're gonna try to make it seem like we're not insider trading. But this bitch and her fucking husband are like, nah, these stupid motherfuckers ain't gonna see nothing. Fuck them. Sell all my Visa a day before the DOJ announces that they're suing it.
No, I think they don't give a fuck, dude. I
don't think they care
that
at all.
They're untouchable, dude. They are that untouchable, dude. You know. And
Let's
for
listen
anybody
to,
out there to sit there and
okay.
say we live in a two-tier justice system, dude, that we do, man. It's incredible, you know.
This is Papa Trump not too long ago saying what happened with his little monkey video here. Let's see what he's saying, because I hadn't heard this yet.
No, I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud. And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess toward the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud in and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we did it. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that post. We took it down as soon as we found out about it. No.
That's exactly what I was saying at the beginning of the live, that I really believe that, that's a very big possibility that somebody they were trying to get shit out about the voter fraud as fast as possible and just didn't watch the whole fucking video and posted it up. Because I just don't know how you would think that you're going to post that and not get the backlash that you got. Right. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm going to be funny, and only the left's going to be pissed off or whatever and fuck them, It's like, if you're posting that, the backlash you're going to get, Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That's kind of what I was hitting on earlier, that I can't see anybody doing that purposely, thinking that it wasn't going to be some major backlash. But then at the same time, it's hard for me to understand how somebody didn't see that either and cut that shit out, just judging by how I do shit when I'm editing and doing shit for the show and for TikTok or whatever that we got going on. Like, nothing slips by me with these videos. Now, I don't have as much going on apparently as somebody who's working for the president, but I would just think you would be on point. I don't know. It's weird. If anybody should be. Yep.
That's so true. Oh, Paul, dude. Go ahead, Paul.
But anyway, I don't think it was Trump himself that, said, hey, put that out. It's going to be funny.
Right.
I just can't believe that. I mean, I know he does some off-the-wall shit, and he doesn't have much of a filter. But, yeah, people are blaming it on Trump. Like he did that, I can't see that. Somebody's an Obama fan. They're mad.
Yep. Tanner's upset.
Tanner, that was kind of funny. Come on.
It
now.
was.
I mean, and it wasn't even a racist joke. He was just meaning that, the Obamas are that bad, that the monkey should be offended. So come on now. It's all fun and games.
Absolutely, dude.
Take it too serious. So,
dude,
anyway.
that'll be the topic of The View, man, huh? Next week, huh, dude?
Oh, God, they're going to beat it to death, bro. I promise you. Because all it is to them is proof in their mind of everything they've ever said about Trump when it comes to race, relations. Mm-hmm. And that's all they need. No, never mind all the other proof that shows he's not like that. All the minorities that have worked for Trump. Right. All the minorities that have worked for Trump, not a single one has ever complained. They actually praise him. Anybody that's ever worked for him. You haven't heard anybody come out and say a terrible thing about him, how he treated me like I was less than. Right.
Yes.
They're not going to mention that. They're going to jump on this and say, see, we told you. You know, you watch. Whoopi Goldberg's going to have a fucking field day with this shit.
Fuck Whoopi, dude. Yeah, fuck
Hey,
her,
man.
What a name. I don't
Whoopi.
believe these names are real.
No,
They're not,
That
dude.
one ain't
They're
for
not,
sure,
dude. No, they're not, dude. You know.
What's up with that lady that her mom's missing? The one from that damn morning show or whatever?
Nancy, huh, dude? What's her name? Nancy, yeah.
Is it Guthrie? Is that how they pronounce
Guthrie, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, dude.
that? Yeah, they're getting like ransom notes and shit, but they won't show any proof of life from this old lady. It's waiting to see how that plays out. Because, you know, the conspiracies start flying. You know, everybody, they don't, you know, the family don't look right on TV when they're talking about it. Something's fishy. And it's like, well, you don't know how the fuck you would react when your mother was missing out of your fucking house, and then you got, you know, the cameras in your face, and not the main lady that's on the news. She's used to that shit, but the other people around her aren't. I mean, I don't know. It's always been a weird thing when people judge how someone's acting in front of a bunch of press.
Exactly. Like Casey Anthony. Everybody thought she was guilty.
Well,
I blame
because of how she
blame the
acted,
Clintons, dude. You know, yeah, the Clintons are behind it some kind of way, dude.
they're behind it.
Yeah.
Well, you
she
seen they
probably had
arrested
information.
some idiot because he was sending them fake ransom notes saying he was the kidnapper trying to get money out of it.
The only post I really saw on it was that the ransom was expiring or some shit.
Yeah. Well, they got his ass. He was released $20,000 bond. Let's see. He will be released to his retiree mother, who makes just $35,000 a year in retirement and Social Security. So what the fuck does that got to do?
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't even know why that's in the article, because that's what it's telling you. It's like, what the fuck does it matter how much this woman makes? I mean, unless they're just trying to show how much of a piece of shit her son is. I don't know. Or maybe giving him an excuse for trying to get money out of these people. I don't know what the fuck the point of that in that article was, but anyway, yeah, they're still looking for this poor lady, and you know.
So
right
there's
now,
like no clues, no footprints in the snow.
Let's
There's
see.
no snow, yeah. No snow in Arizona.
Maybe. Is that where it all went down at? Arizona?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the original article because this is about the idiot that fucking sent in the thing, the fake ransom note. So let's see. All right, the county sheriff's. No, I don't want to buy. Look, Morrison DeWitt injury lawyers. I don't want to get that ad out my face. All right. Let's see. The law enforcement agent didn't use its aircraft that has high-resolution thermal imaging cameras for hours. So the family's bitching about how law enforcement did it because the alleged delay in getting the plane, known as Survey 1 in the air, was due to a staffing shortage. The family's not liking that. I'm trying to see, like you were talking about, Justin, do they have anything right now? This article is just bitching about how bad the fucking response was.
And I think the investigation too has been kind of flawed, and you know, when you look at it, it's like, God, I know, like her cell phone isn't communicating with her freaking pacemaker. Yeah. You know, it's like I don't know. I did read something where the Clintons were involved. She had something on the Clintons, but I don't know.
I read that too.
Yeah,
I read something about that too, but yeah, I'm with you. It's you just take it all with a grain of salt, but yeah, hey, they have no idea, no idea who the suspect is what they're saying right now.
But do they know there's a suspect? I guess like.
I see what you're saying. Like, is it even,
Right.
have they even proved that somebody took?
Yeah, like maybe she wandered off. Like I told the story on here about that old lady walking into my house while we were in the living room, and she thought she was home.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. It says, let's see. She's 84-year-old. She was dropped off at her Arizona home by her son-in-law around 9:45 p.m. on Saturday. In the early hours Sunday, her pacemaker lost contact with her iPhone, which was found left behind at her house, according to law enforcement sources. Later that morning, Nancy didn't attend church, and fellow worshipers became alarmed. Nancy is described as sharp as a tack mentally, but having limited mobility, relies on daily medications. That's it. Yeah.
Life
I'm with
insurance
you.
policies?
Probably huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reported notes describe specific details about her home and about what the elderly woman was wearing on the night of her disappearance. So they're getting notes from somebody. And yeah, I don't know, man. You think it's an inside job?
I mean, it depends on if there's money.
Well, money's all, yes. It's
You follow the money. Usually you're going to figure out what happened.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
Interesting.
crazy, man. Anyway.
It's been going on for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't have a blink camera or a ring camera. The neighbors didn't have a ring camera. Like, nothing. There's no all the cameras.
Had to, dude. I'm looking at
Nobody?
the spread on this house. I'm about to pull it up, actually.
Yeah, it was like 3,100 square feet. You know, kind of.
She had
Arizona
cameras.
style, dude. Flat roof, kind of.
Tell me that place doesn't have cameras
I
around
mean, that's
it.
a nice piece of property. And look, extra little mother-in-law
Absolutely.
thing or whatever the fuck
Have they
this is.
checked that one?
Just
Yeah,
call
she
the
might
cops.
be there,
Have y'all
dude,
looked in
chilling
that
out.
little spare house? Stop. It's not funny, dude.
No, it's not funny, dude.
Let's see. You placed her in great jeopardy. Okay, they're just bitching at the. I'm trying to see if there's anything important in the article. Yeah, nothing new, man. They can't find the poor lady. But I don't know, man. Like, how much are these people worth, though? Like, when you start talking kidnapping for ransom,
Yes.
I mean, how much can this lady be worth? That this news. What does she do? The daughter. What show is she on? Isn't she just a TV personality?
she's on there with
Today's Show.
Yeah,
The
with Jenna
Today
Bush.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, how
Replaced
wealthy
Hoda, I
can
think,
she
yeah.
be? I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah,
she
I mean,
doesn't
maybe she's got, enough by not money wise, but for somebody to think that she's got money, being on the Today Show, maybe
just
somebody
some
thinks
dumbass
that
thinking
she's
that,
got money.
oh,
Yeah.
she's on TV. She's worth billions.
Dude,
Right.
She could own gold and silver, dude.
That's what they were after, the gold.
Yeah, you never know, dude.
Might be a leprechaun.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ah,
man.
dude.
They've
It
said they
is
were drops of
But
blood.
why
and
would Trump
signs
come
of
out and
force.
say that? But why would Trump come out and say that he's gonna, full-fledged of the federal government to investigate this? It's like, dude, what about the normal citizen that goes
normal-
that this
yeah.
happens to every day? Why
No,
all
I
of a
get
sudden
it.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
No,
the,
you're right.
The
You're
hype,
right.
and
Yeah, they should
I
all
don't get
deserve
it.
the same response,
You would think,
I mean,
yeah.
A trail of blood
exactly
was filmed leading from the Arizona home. All right, so there was some blood. Dark red splatters were seen across the tile around the 84-year-old Tuscan home, and footage captured by News Nation matching descriptions of a bloody crime scene that sources previously gave the Post. So there was some blood. So something happened. I mean,
yeah.
something happened to the lady, whether it be an accident and somebody got rid of the body. There's plenty of stories like that. Some kind of argument over something, and they, somebody, I say accident, I mean somebody killed her, and got rid of it. Someone in the home.
I was going to say, I've heard those stories about the accidents, but like,
yeah, well, I say
I don't believe none
accident.
of
I worded that wrong. If it was an accident, then they would just be like, "Oh shit, my mom fell and killed herself." Yeah,
hey, people try to pull it off in court, and I'm always like, if I come out the bedroom and my wife fell down the stairs and she's dead at the bottom, the last thing I'm going to do is be like, "Oh shit, they're going to think I did this. I got to hide the body."
Yeah, they're like, "Well, I didn't know what to do, so I mutilated the body and tried to burn it. I didn't know."
Like 911's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Yeah, it's sad because they won't show any proof of life, these people that are demanding this ransom. So that kind of tells you all you need to know.
which even if they do, that's not always.
Well, no, because
do you remember the case? I forget the chick's name, but she had been kidnapped and killed, and it was like a week after her death. The kidnapper, murderer, he propped her up and put some sunglasses on her and took a proof of life picture of her dead body.
No, I didn't remember that.
And sent it to the family, and they wound up paying out. Actually, the family paid him, and I mean, he went to jail, but
oh goddamn,
yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. I don't remember that one. But I guess you're right. I don't know what kind of proof, unless she's holding up a newspaper or something with the.
That's
date
this case.
No, but I mean like talking, like in a.
Oh
video.
yeah, a video. Proof
Yeah.
of life video. Yes, that's
But
different
see,
because that's
says right
exactly what he
here,
did.
Sheriffs refused to rule out brother-in-law Savannah Guthrie's brother-in-law as suspect. See, I'm not saying that's guilty, but there's a reason they're not ruling him out, and that's kind of almost where I'm leading now. Is something happened in that house, and somebody tried to dispose of this lady, and maybe to cover it up, they're sending these bullshit ransom notes, and there is no proof of life that's ever going to come because, of course, the lady's not with us anymore. Could be wrong. I don't want to, throw him under the bus like that, like he did it, but they're not ruling his ass out. So apparently, and they spoke to him in length because they
was forced entry found, right? Like, there were drops of blood and signs of forced entry. So yes.
Okay. All right. So somebody forced their way in, which isn't typically someone just unless she was trying to lock the door, if they were outside arguing, and I don't know, man. But I know, like I said, they spoke to everybody close to her, and it, in length, and they haven't ruled him out yet. So what does that mean? Could mean nothing. But at the same time, it also tells you a lot because they've ruled other people out. Let's put it that way. So I don't know. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. That's all I know. Just trying to see the timeline here. Garage doors open. It closes, and cops believe that is when she returned home and is going to bed at 9:50. February 1st, a doorbell camera. There's a camera. Disconnects, Justin. Somebody disconnected it.
Wow.
1:47 a.m.
What's with the little article down to the right? I'm trying to read through the comments. Says her neighbors reported a suspicious van parked on the block days before.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will look at that. Yeah, I was just getting to this. And then I was refused to say. Where the fuck did the Ring camera thing? I want to learn about the Ring camera. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I didn't even see the video playing.
Yeah.
Is that where you're looking
right
at?
Here? This right here. See that? That's what I was looking at.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
They were saying the Ring camera. So software detects a person on camera, but no video available because it loops. Says we're not done with that. We'll do all we can. So they're trying to look at it. It wouldn't make any sense that they didn't have any fucking video at all. 2:28 a.m. Pacemaker disconnects. Family checks on Nancy. 911. Officers arrive in 10 minutes. Nowhere to be found. And that's it. So you're saying they had something about a suspicious van.
Yeah. Down. Go down. It's under the,
Let's find out. We're going to solve this tonight.
Yes, we are.
Probably.
Reported spotted a suspicious white van parked on their street days before. Okay,
It's always
maybe
a suspicious white van, dude. Always.
Full size, no printing on the sides. It was parked.
No windows?
There was somebody then who just thought these people had money, and they went and got in that house. And
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you see people on TV, and you kind of just assume that they've got money. Like,
yeah, that's true. Okay, well, we're not going to solve it tonight. Never mind. Thought we were, but we ain't got time. So, all right, 10-something. I'm getting off of here. Everybody be good. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're still with us. If you're not, I can't blame them. So, anyway, we'll be back, Monday? Doing the same old bullshit. So,
Let's do it.
Till then, y'all be good. We are out of here.
Peace.
bye.
Happy Mardi Gras.